Welcome to Game 5 of the Dis Northwest Tier 206 Tour. We are here back at you with our doubleheader today. We just watched the Seattle boys play against the Devil boys in a very exciting game. Now we have the U20 Seattle Voyagers versus the Devil U20 girls from New Jersey. We are so excited to be here. My name is Abby Abramovich.
And I'm Casey Ikeda. We want to make a big shout out to all the sponsors making sure that this tour was possible. Big thank you to Dis Northwest, promoting growth in the sport of Ultimate and instilling the spirit of sportsmanship at all levels of play. Also provided by the Got Your Back Seattle Club teams. Thank you Aria Disc, precision disc technology for a world of difference. 5 Ultimate, the premier provider of ultimate apparel and gear. Play hard, have fun. Cut Camp, an overnight summer camp for high school age players who want to learn from the best coaches in the world. Go there. Game Point Performance, online training tips and programs for ultimate athletes. Train, recover, repeat. Friction Gloves, consistent grip in all conditions. Spike Ball, join the movement. And Fulcrum Media Group, we exist to share stories that matter. Abby, this is a hot day. I think there might be a few just heat breaks, making sure that the players get a chance to sit down, hydrate, get a little shade break, and catch their breath. In a hot day like this, mentally, what are you as an athlete going through trying to prepare for this heat?
You know that you're going to be pushed absolutely to your physical limits. You know that today is going to be hot. You know that there's going to be turnovers. There's going to be mistakes due to this heat, and that means there's going to be more running. So you're trying to focus, trying to limit those mistakes, but also work hard for your teams, knowing that once you work hard, hopefully you'll get a break the next point, get some time to rehydrate, get in the shade, and get a little break. But overall, you know it's going to be a challenging day. The Seattle team woke up at 3 this morning and drove from Boston to get to New Jersey. So they're running off little sleep, sleeping on a bus, and now out here competing in this hot day. We have a local heat advisory going on. So all these players are working through some adversity, but we are looking forward to this game.
Fantastic points. I think the mental challenge that the Heat adds. I was listening to the Devils huddle before this game, and their coach was preparing them for the hard work that it takes. Yes, there's heat. Yes, it's all this grind. Yes, this team is going to want to play fast. All those things you have to mentally prepare. You cannot be surprised by the heat. You cannot be surprised that there's going to be some points that you grind on. And the Devil coach was really preparing his team to say, okay, but we lean into that. We get really excited about that. We support each other in those moments. I think sometimes you can kind of pretend that it's not hot or pretend that it's not hard. And then when it hits you, it kind of surprises you. These are the moments where it's like, hey, this is difficult. The sport we play is really difficult, but that's okay. And that's important to remember.
Yeah, we know that both teams are going to come out here. They're going to be grinding. Talking to the Devil coach before the game, we know that they want to look to push the pace on a turnover. As soon as a turnover, they're cutting deep. They're trying to keep the disc moving as fast as they can. This is a really exciting year for this Devil program. They've got players coming from 6 to 7 different schools, oftentimes coming from these rural school areas, so not necessarily getting to play together during the high school year. But talking to Coach Ken and Coach Jax, they're really excited. They've got 8 core players who were on their U17 team for YCC, and they're excited to see what they can do today. This is one of the first times that they're playing together as a team, so we're excited to see what they can do against the Seattle team.
And there's the pull. We see Seattle coming down in a horizontal. It's the disc pulled out of bounds. Devil looking like they're in person. Matched up, it looks like a forced backhand or forehand right now. There's a little bit of a bracket with a little help deep, trying to prevent these deep shots from Seattle. Great mark. Just swinging off to the sideline. Great defense by Devil right now, preventing that deep look. Seattle getting the disc, good movement right back to the center. Looking for a continuation. Zoe coming under. Shooting deep to the end zone. And a fantastic bid, and with the grab. What a great grab. Seattle up 1-0.
That's a huge way to start off this game. You're coming out into the heat, ready to play, and we've got this big play to get your teammates fired up. We see Seattle offense running on all cylinders. Zoe DeBrew looking upfield, firing that forehand into the end zone. It's just a little bit out far, and the Seattle player making a huge bid into the end zone.
Fantastic grab. And just the composure to hit the ground and hang onto the disc, incredibly difficult. I think the big thing we saw at Seattle the first couple games is the first point was a lot of nerves, a lot of kind of freaking out, and maybe a few errant mistakes. This game, starting off with a clean hold, attacking deep, finding the underside space, just playing calm but still looking for the aggressive shot. Really exciting to see Seattle come out and say, okay, we've done the stream, we've done these different things multiple times. The butterflies maybe are a little less. Devil is a young team. You know, it's really hard to play that first point on stream on a hot day. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little kind of butterflies the first couple points until they settle in.
Absolutely, and I'm excited to see what the Seattle defense throws at this Devil offense. Also, one of our first times that we'll get to see this Devil girls on offense. Again, we're looking forward to seeing their fast-paced movement. I know that they've got a core of 3 handlers that they love to put out on the field, and we're going to see what they can do out here.
Ooh, close D-center. Great fast movement right off the bat. You can tell that this Devil team loves to go quick and look to shoot. Great movement generated from the handler movement with these dishes and these upline cuts. A little high, Gabby coming down with a disc, but Devils striking aggressively. I really love the pace that they're playing at right now. That's the speed that they want. That upline throw just sailing a little high, but overall, this is kind of the pace I think Devil is looking for. Seattle now with the disc in a horizontal. Devil is kind of in a, pass going a little too far. Second effort, unable to pick up the disc. Devil immediately going fast break, multiple cuts going deep, creating space. I love this fast break. Even if you don't get the disc, that fast break deep look opens up a lot of space open under. High stall count, look to shoot. Fading to the left, a little too high.
I love the pace of the game that Emma Chin on Devil, number 2 on the field, is playing with. You see her rushing to pick up the disc. You saw her sprinting to run up and catch that pole. You see her right here getting a D, ready to shoot, ready to keep that disc moving. I think we're going to look to her for this offensive movement, this quick pace. We see her giving and going outside of the end zone right now, looking to punch this goal in for Devil. And there it is, that inside shot from Emma Chin to Yvonne Tang in the end zone. I think that these are some of the key players that we're going to have to watch out for on this Devil offense.
And you can tell, quick give-go movement, a little time to settle into their offense, directing traffic here, Emma, and then looking for that inside. Great move, that jab, slamming on the brakes, going brake side, but still, when you set up your cut on the open side, slam on the brakes and come, you still have that inside kind of open side window. Emma does a great job of finding Yvonne right there, hitting her right in the chest. Fantastic cutting, great pace of the movement. This is a really exciting. Devil is consistently picking up and going.
Definitely, and I think that the cutters have to be ready for that. We saw a couple of them strike deep, and when the deep shot wasn't there, we want to see them sprinting under. I know there's a few times where maybe the shape of the stack isn't there, and it's hard to fight for those unders, but seeing these big cuts from this Devil offense is going to keep the offense moving, able to strike deep, able to move the ball consistently between the handlers is huge for this Devil team.
And I'm still just blown away on this tour, just the different styles of play. You know, we were really lucky to see Buddha and their very disciplined vert stack, and now we have Devils just going like give, go, like always fast breaking. It always seems like they're fast breaking, and putting the defense already on their heels is so much fun. I know Seattle is a fast team, and when you make a fast team be like, oh my gosh, they're already going faster than us, it's so impressive.
Definitely, and I'm excited to see the Seattle offense right now. I'm wondering if they're going to come down maybe possibly in a side stack, looking for one of their pull plays, trying to isolate a couple players out in the middle of the field, looking for these big cuts. They've got well-developed throwers, well-developed cutters that can play disciplined, but also take these big shots when they're open.
And here comes the pull. Seattle coming down in a horizontal. I'm sorry, in a vert. Devil playing person. Looks like a forehand force. Good strike up the line. Betsy unmarked right now. A little bit of a miscommunication. Getting the whole field looking for that shot. Again, upline strikes. in their end zone right now. Looking for that again. Up line strike, a little bit of a tight window, and unfortunately off the fingertips of Seattle.
Great effort by Mia Hedrick to try to reel that one in. She was the secondary cutter for Seattle in their offense, and I loved that deep shot. It didn't quite come. She planted her feet and came under. I know that she didn't get it because of that up line that was also open, but you love to see those big cuts from your initiating cutters.
So a great break opportunity, but a long field for Devil to work with. Devil in horizontal, trapped on that line. High stall count right now, a little dangerous moment. Oh, low throw, and now Seattle working with a short field in their end zone set.
We're watching Maddie Grassi pick up the disc. She's been a leader on this team. She's confident as a cutter. She's confident as a handler, moving that disc. We see her using her pump fakes to find Mia in the end zone for the Seattle goal. I think that this red zone opportunity that we see from Seattle is going to be oh so important this game. We want to see efficient and consistent looks from their red zone offense. I think that Seattle does an excellent job staying disciplined in their stack, isolating one player at a time, able to hit Mia even though there's help from other Devil defenders. An excellent job by Seattle being able to capitalize on that Devil turnover we saw.
And for something for the viewers to kind of look out for is like how many high stall counts do each teams get in there? You know, I always think about if you get to 7 on a D, right? If you get the team to stall 7, all of a sudden good things happen. Teams take a little more aggressive shots. The windows they throw into are a little smaller. And I always think as a defender, like how many times can we get the defense? If we can get the offense to stall 7 3 times in a point, I feel really good about doing our job. Devil got to a high stall count, had to throw a tough inside break that just died just a little bit outside the reach. Really great look, but tough throw and really remarkable team defense by Seattle.
Definitely, and I'm excited to see if they're going to come down in their person defense, if we're going to see some of the junks that we saw last night. Again, these Seattle players played a game that started at 7 p.m. last night in Boston. Now we're in New Jersey. This is the third game on the tour with a roster of 15 people. You know that their legs have got to start to be feeling it, especially in this heat today. But I'm excited to see how they can work together and play team defense.
Just getting center too. Another horizontal stack. Great fast-paced movement. Seattle doing a good job on handlers, playing good, great D. Big shot coming, floating to the back corner. Multiple Devils there, and Sydney with a great grab. That's a great rip to that backhand rip. Wonderful shape for Sydney to see it all the way. We can see a great handler D, high stall count, Emma getting it. Big pump fake with the forehand to move the mark, and then just ripping that backhand high and at this angle for Sydney to get position, find the read, floating back. As a defender, it's really difficult to close that space. If Dion goes forward, it's a really high jump. If Dion goes to the back hip of Sydney, right, Sydney has position. To throw into that space, that back corner, really high-level throw, and then fantastic read by Sydney.
Yeah, Emma Chin showing off what she can do with the disc, but also showing off the trust that she has in her receivers downfield. Able to put that disc on the far shoulder, away from the defender, trusting that her teammates will come down with it. We love seeing this movement from the Devil offense so far.
And I love seeing this because right now the Devil offense was really kind of like quick small ball movement, and Emma just sits back and say, hey, we can also rip it, you know, and playing that deep game. Kind of already saying, okay, we're going to lull you to sleep with all these quick little movements and then shoot it super deep, and a beautiful throw and a beautiful grab by Sydney. Really fun. 2-2, all holds right now. This is really exciting. It's shaping up to be a really exciting game of Ultimate.
Yeah, and talking to the Devil coaches before this game, they were really excited to play against the Seattle team. They're super excited to have competition. They've been talking about how so far they've just had practices, and those practices have been great, but you can only have so much energy when you're only scrimmaging against your friends, against your teammates, and it's so much fun to come out and compete as a team against another top-level team from across the country.
Here we have kind of a vert stack. Oh, great D. Foul was called. Catherine putting a lot of pressure on the Seattle receiver. Let's see how they handle it. Again, ultimate a sport where there's no referees and the players are handling all the calls and making those discussions themselves. Betsy with a great upline strike, looking to shoot again, has a receiver, Laura with space and time, and runs it down for the Seattle goal.
I love that upline strike that we saw from Seattle. They've been using these upline strikes to the Hawks all day. However, really important, after doing the upline, instead of just throwing the forehand, we turn to the break side. She turns to the break side, throws this backhand out into space. The receiver doing an excellent job to run down the disc. Fabulous offense from Seattle.
Great grab by Laura. And at this time, we really want to thank one of our big sponsors, 5 Ultimate. 5 Ultimate is the premier provider of ultimate apparel and gear. As the official partner of Team USA currently competing at the U24 World Championships in Germany, 5 is committed to producing uniforms of the highest quality. For Ultimate players, by Ultimate players. Play hard, have fun, 5 Ultimate. And you can see that beautiful 5 Ultimate flag flapping in the wind a little bit. The wind has definitely picked up this game. These throwers are incredible right now, and I don't think it's going to affect the game too much at this point, but there's just enough where a little bit of pressure, a little harder throw, we might see some pop up in the air or like kind of die a little earlier. We'll keep an eye on the weather right now and how the wind is going to affect this game.
Definitely. And another shout out to 5 Ultimate for gearing up all of those U24 teams. If you haven't checked that out yet, please check it out. Their streams online. Semifinals were today. I know that the U.S. women prevailed over Colombia in a super exciting game, and the other U.S. games might have wrapped up by now, so please stay in tune to all this live Ultimate that you have at your fingertips. Shout out to all of you at work who are sneakily watching this stream right now.
And now Seattle coming in a junk zone. It looks like oh, and a quick D off the bat. Emma on the mark. Holtzman on the corner. Turnover, unfortunate turnover. Devil going fast-paced again. Seattle kind of transitioning from that junk into that person. Devil moving the disc quickly. There's that upline strike. Again, Emma on the doorstep looking to score. A little bit chaotic. Great shot to the end zone and fantastic footwork to get the goal. Sarah Hugh running to the cone with that kind of upline open side strike. Great speed and composure not only to jump and get the speed. Again, Emma, I keep feeling like I'm saying Emma behind the disc, doing a great job of running that offense. So here we have Emma searching. Sarah making a great move to the cone, up line. Emma throwing to space, and then be able to jump, and then also get their feet in bounds. Fantastic concentration, great upline strike.
We've got ourselves quite the game here. 3-3, both teams coming out, firing on offense, applying the pressure on defense. We saw that original D from Laura Toe, I believe, on Seattle. Actually a no-look D in great positioning, being heads up, being in the correct space, getting those D opportunities for their teams. And I am so excited for this game to continue.
Yeah, 3-3, nothing but holds. And we're kind of starting to get into this mid-game. Both teams have kind of shown what they're really great at. And now the question is, how does the other teams respond, and where's the counters, right? So Seattle is doing a great job in their end zone. Devil is doing a great job of these upline, handler-driven offense. Emma right there is throwing these hucks, throwing these uplines, getting give-goes, is really doing everything to run this offense behind the disc, and her cutters are just showing off their speed right now. I'm really excited to see what the second half, or like these kind of mid-game adjustments, start happening from all these coaches.
Excited to see what Seattle chooses to run off of the pole here. Do we have a, looks like we might have a zone set up from Devil. Oh, I'm loving this decision. Tied at threes. You set your 3-person zone, make Seattle work it up the field, and there the cup generates a D for this Devil offense, something you love to see in a tight game like this.
It looked like Kathy got her hand on it too, right? Active hands in the cup, really forcing tough windows. Great job by Kathy. And then again, Devil going quickly, using that handler movement to go. Again with the deep shot, looking, has a receiver. Oh, and a great, but the second effort. What focus and concentration. Again with the bookends. Kathy not only getting the hand block in the cup, but then going deep. Great D by Nori, but to have the same focus, you can see that deep shot coming off into that backside corner. Nori closing in, getting a hand on it, and then focus on Kathy, running it down, never giving up on the disc. Fantastic bookends by number 4, Kathy.
And we saw this play happen multiple times in the previous game. Watching the U20 boys out there, multiple Ds in that end zone that popped up. Offense able to stick with it and hang on. It's a little swilly out there. The wind is a little funky, so these Ds are going to pop up into the air. Some of these throws might pop up. Excellent concentration, excellent work by both teams to get their fingers on it.
And that's the first break of the game. So incredibly exciting and big break. That cup zone, we really have to kind of look to see if that's going to be a cup zone. Again, keep an eye on the heat advisory too. You know, this is a hot day, and the turf is definitely a lot hotter than ground. Those kind of black rubber pellets get really hot, especially in the midday, and really kind of just see how the fatigue and the heat are going to affect the players.
Absolutely, and we're also going to see we have a talented coaching staff on both teams, how their teams adjust to the heat, how their teams adjust to this game that we have seen so far. We saw that zone last time. I'm wondering if we'll see it again from this Devil team, and it might be a little wake up to Seattle. Okay, we've been playing really well in person. We've been firing deep. We've had some great catches in the end zone, but now this team might throw something new at us, and how are we going to adjust on the fly?
So that zone looking highly effective. I would be interested to see if Devil throws it again. Great pull by Emma again. Betsy centering it. A little bit of a bounce. This is a great opportunity for Devil to get down and set their defense. It does look like a cup. Seattle doing a great job moving it side to side, quickly looking for shots. Quick movement by Seattle, getting those dishes. Fantastic movement generated by Leona. Betsy, break over the top, pops up, just out of the reach of Gabby. Seattle, though, using that pace to really make holes in that zone. Really fantastic clinic of how to break a zone defense.
One thing I loved from Seattle right there is we saw Zoe and we saw Gabby.
Oh, what a great grab defensive. I hope everyone's okay, but that upline strike, Leona coming in, going high, in traffic, grabbing it, just fantastic D, getting it in the red zone for Seattle to look for a hold right now.
We see Seattle in their red zone looking for a score, a little high release backhand to Laura Holzman. We've seen Laura Holzman grind and grind and grind. She's an incredible workhorse for the Seattle team. Seattle showing that they can get into their stack, they can score. Maybe it's not the most conventional throw. We see this high release backhand into the middle of the end zone, but that's a point on the board for the Seattle team.
And shout out to Leona, not only on that D, but handling in that cup, right? It takes a whole team to really break a zone, but that calm presence, showing kind of like big pump fakes to force the team to move. Really doing a great job for Leona. Gabby also making that huge effort on that layout. Gabby is a highlight reel. Yesterday getting the 5 ultimate play of the game with that great bit in the end zone and already hitting the ground of this game. I am not surprised if we see multiple highlights coming out of Gabby.
Yeah, and Zoe and Gabby did an excellent job of spreading that zone deep. They both took off wide, they hugged the sideline, took turns heading deep, which makes the whole zone defense spread out quite a bit, opening up those throws for the unders in that zone offense. So great work by all 7 players on that Seattle team. Also fantastic zone effort from this Devil defense. And now we're excited to see Devil back out on offense, wondering if Seattle might throw some kind of junk or zone of their own.
And the sun was hidden behind a cloud and now is in full blast. That heat again is just beating down on the players, on the coaches, on the stream, and then now Seattle going into that 3-person cup zone as well. It's kind of a saggy flat one to kind of open up the swings and kind of bait them into these deep throws right there over the top. And a great deep, but a second effort again What a great grab by Devil. And just as you said it, Molly coming in to pick up that kind of tipped pass. And Abby, you've been talking about how in this win, it's going to tip up and pop up. And Molly showing fantastic. Here we see on the replay, the disc goes up, exactly what Seattle wanted. Great deep, but it pops up, and Molly racing in with a great grab in that second effort, right? To not give up on the disc, to not give up on the disc. You see those like really hard effort plays and never quitting on the play is so important.
Absolutely, and Alex doing a fantastic job at the deep, getting a hand on it. Somehow that disc still managing to get back up into the air, into the end zone. And right now we are in a timeout. We're going to send it to our sponsors.
Sun is high, shining in my eyes, moving west to lead us to paradise. All that's underneath, draw it out of me. I see visions of everything we always dreamed. When the morning comes, stars in the sky above, will you be ready? When I'm out here, we'll rise alive.
And welcome back. Thank you for taking a look at our sponsors that have been making this tour possible. This is an incredible tour, an incredible showcase of Youth Ultimate. We're not used to seeing, we've seen some of these tours go on in the past. We had the Next Gen Tour, we had the All-Star Tour, we have the Eurostar Tour, and now we're seeing it at this youth level, an incredible opportunity for this Northwest team to travel along the East Coast, get to play some of these top East Coast teams, an incredible opportunity for these East Coast teams to get to an early season game and get preparing for the rest of their season, start practicing, building chemistry, start practicing all their different zones, start practicing being pushed by these teams, right? There's something that's different about being pushed in practice by your teammates. You know what offense they're going to run, but now all of a sudden you have new competitors, you have a live stream going, you've got fans in the stadium, and there's something different about that environment where new things might come up and you have to push yourself and push your teammates to compete at this level.
And you can just see the heat waves on the stream. Not only are the players putting cold towels that are being dunked in ice water on their heads at any moment you can get, but just standing on the line, you can just see the heat just wafting off of the turf, just wafting behind. I just am melting looking out on the field. These players are showing incredible heart and also just care of their bodies to be prepared to play in this kind of condition.
Absolutely. Right there we see the Dis Northwest boys hanging out after their victory earlier this morning, sitting in the shade, cheering on their U20 teammates in this girls team. And there we see the poll go up in this game that is tied at 5s right now. We got a nail biter with us.
Oh, just a little high of a throw into the hands of Devil now. Devil going fast. Looking shot deep. Floating a little bit and just a little too far. I love that look though. Quick grab, catch your Ds, and then immediately fast break. This is the game plan for Devil, and they are executing it perfectly. That shot didn't go the way they wanted to, but I love the pace. I love the attack. We're not going to breathe at all.
Yeah, and here we see Betsy Siegel picking it up. She has been a rock for the Seattle offense. An incredible around throw, an incredible catch right there as Seattle works it up the field.
Big shot by deep. Gabby underneath it, going up to grab it, has Zoe. This is also one of those dangerous plays where there's a lot of moments where a lot of people are streaking right by you. Let's see the calm of Seattle. Zoe and Betsy connecting for the goal. Great grab by Gabby to go up, to compose yourself. Look for all of those options. You can see Gabby going up, catching at the high point. All of your teammates are streaking by. Take some time, compose yourself, look for your dump. Finding Betsy on the far side, and then Betsy looking for Zoe, streaking in right in the breadbasket. Fantastic fast pace off it. And Zoe going up to get it. Great grab.
Yeah, Zoe doing a fantastic job. She was following the play as Gabby makes that huge grab that we saw. Zoe continued to the back of the end zone, creating space for that dump, for that swing to happen to the sideline, and then able to cut towards the disc and attack. A lot of times teams get stuck into this moment of cutting away from the disc in the end zone, and that's where we see a lot of the turnovers. A lot of times your success in the end zone is going to come from people running towards you, not away from you, and Seattle demonstrating that right here.
And we've talked about this multiple times. After like a big huck, getting into your end zone or finding that kind of like end zone in chaos is like really tough. And a lot of times you don't practice it as a player. You just get to kind of go. There we see the Seattle team just trying to get a little bit out of the sun, relaxing, putting those awesome 5 Ultimate sun hoodies around just to stay cool. Rocking that 206 logo. I just can't get over that. That's a sweet logo.
That is an awesome logo. I love the white hoodies. So awesome for today to keep you out of the sun but not getting too hot. We see the Seattle players trying to do whatever they can to stay cool today out in this New Jersey heat and humidity.
There's the pull. Seattle going again into their cup, trying to sag off. This isn't like a tight mark, but kind of a really saggy cup. And a dish through off the fingertips of Devil. Seattle going quickly now. Holtzman with the disc, has a couple receivers downfield. Great defense, great mark by Devil. Gabby going up line. Oh, Scoober. Shanti looking for Gabby in the corner. Devil just out of the hands, and Gabby runs onto it. Great defensive effort by Devil, just fingertips away. Fun Scoober too by Holtzman. Holtzman kind of in trouble, looking upfield. Commits to her dump. Great rotation on that mark. Scoober over the top. Shanti catching the disc in stride, picking up, gunning that backhand. To catch a Scoober high in a backhand grip, to step into that backhand, to hit Gabby in stride, that is incredible.
And shout out to that Devil defense. We saw the look on Laura Holtzman's face as she turned to do that dump. She had a mark that rotated all the way around with her. The Devil defense applying pressure on those dump resets. Still able to get it off with an unconventional Scoober that we saw. And this Northwest Seattle team doing what they can to get these scores on the board. Now, Casey, if you're this Devil coach, you've just been broken through this zone. What do you think you're telling on the line to your team?
So it is a different look with this kind of saggy 3-person cup, right? So I'm trying to remind them, yes, we can attack through, but we want those dishes and then those kind of shots through. It's really tough to kind of, from a standstill, shoot through this 3-person cup because there's no mark as much. And a lot of times this cup is like flat. So not only to get those kind of dishes, then throw through the cup, but then also make sure that we can always go around. We can always go around. We can always go around. This team looks to go quick handler movement, and they want to do these dishes, but those long throws around because you don't have a mark are much more viable in this kind of saggy cup.
Absolutely, having multiple options in your zone offense. However, here we see Seattle switch back to person defense, something that I love. As soon as Devil is ready to play zone offense, Seattle says, nope, we're going to switch it up. We're going to play person defense, though. Devil doing a great job in this person defense with a shot deep into the end zone. Getting up huge. Does she hold on to it through the contact? Oh, no. It looks like it might be a turnover. The Devil player doing everything that she can. Sydney Brewster getting up into the air. We see this huge backhand huck. And then Sydney going up into the air. Excellent read. Holds on to it. And then just stumbles and drops the disc. But incredible spirit from Sydney. That's always such a hard thing to do, especially when you're in the end zone, when you're there. Incredible spirit from this Devil team.
And fantastic defense by Nori to also get there. And Sydney catching it and bobbling it and then immediately saying, I dropped it. Incredibly great spirit. Right now, it looks like a little bit of a call on in-out. Nori with the disc on the sideline.
Again, a quick conversation, quick discussion about the calls happening on the field. It's hard to do as we watch the Seattle swing sail out of bounds, but incredible spirit from both teams in this game.
And here we have Devil with a short field looking to capitalize, to kind of punch this one in. Seattle kind of sagging off the handlers to try to get to make those. Great grab off the bounce. Emma in a great position looking to score. Great focus to not only find that tip disc, but then to get in. Great timeout call. High stall count, I would guess, right now. Emma not seeing anything she liked. Felt like the stall count was getting high. Giving the timeout, making sure that Devil capitalizes on this end zone and gets a look that they want.
And I love that Anticipation?
Yeah,
That's the word,
anticipation. Yeah.
anticipation from from Emma Chin. She saw the disc go into the air, and you watched her cruise past so many players on the field. She catches it. She's ready to score. She's showing off her speed as a handler on the disc.
And what's going to be really interesting is I think there's only maybe 3 seconds or 4 seconds left for Emma to make a decision. I always struggle as a coach. Do you let Emma, a fantastic thrower, look upfield and shoot to the end zone, or are you going dump right now?
We've seen the speed and the movement from Emma Chin. I think you give her a dump. You give her a bailout option in the back just in case that dump is covered. But hopefully you hit her with a dump and you get a give and go motion, right? We've seen the Seattle team struggle to stop Emma Chin's give and go motion. So I would set something up for her to be able to take over and then find someone in the end zone.
And I'm just playing body language doctor. I'm looking at Caustic right now, and I see that the Devil coach is calling a play, assuming it's person, and I just am thinking about the devious mind of Caustic calling a zone right now. I'm not 100% sure, but it feels like there's going to be a poachy, junkie, trying to sell out for 3 seconds kind of moment right now.
I love that move to put a zone when a team goes into their end zone offense. I would be curious what it would be. Do they go to their 2-3-2? Do they put a cup and put a lot of pressure around the throws? How do they guard this Devil? It looks like they have set up into their ISO end zone set. So how does Seattle guard this? You can see the one player isolated in the middle of the field, Emma with the disc, one dump back, and then the 3 players in the back of the end zone trying to leave all that space for their isolated player.
So let's see how Seattle sets up. I love giving Sydney all the space, though. Fantastic in the air, incredible speed. Emma with one of the best throwers in the game right now, looking for their receiver, and it definitely is this junky, poachy, brackety thing that Seattle's gambling all out for 3 seconds.
I love it. We see a tight mark. We see someone in the lane.
Big shot to the end zone. Find a great person. Great shot. Leah finding the hole in that poach for that goal. Great spot. I think when you have a play called, and you have all these things, you have the ISO, and then Seattle comes out in this junky kind of mess, it's really great to just say, okay, that was the plan, but finding open space, having a nose for open space, and great step and just throw. That was a fantastic grab, just right in the chest of Leah.
And I think we saw actually a miscommunication from that Seattle defense. We saw Natalia on the mark, and when Emma hits that dump behind the back, Natalia is not sure whether or not she is supposed to go put on a mark, and that's how that backhand is able to come off into the end zone. I would also guess, though, that the Seattle coaches have asked Natalia to stick with Emma Chin. We've seen what she can do on this field. It's not necessarily someone that you want to leave when you're in this junk all alone to go and get open, to go get those give and goes and go put in a score. But Devil offense showing that they can score with all 7 players on the field. Everyone doing a fantastic job staying chilly in that Seattle junk.
Completely. And I love, I know we talk about the counters to the counters to the counters so often, but Devil has established himself. Seattle reacting, the zone looks to the counter zone looks to the poaching looks, forcing another player to beat you, and that other player then forcing another player to beat you. It's really high level coaching, high level ultimate right now, and it's really fun to see that at the youth level too.
Yeah, incredible watching these U20 teams still early in their seasons, setting up this high-level ISO in the end zone, a junk, and how you are able to attack both of those offenses and defenses is really incredible to watch.
So it looks like Devil coming into that cup zone right now, really, and it looks like a trap zone too, really trying to force them trapped. You can see their cup almost going all the way. You have almost 2 people behind, not letting them get an easy dump off. Seattle on the sideline, a really scary place right now for this zone. This is where the zone really thrives to get in a high stall count and trap Seattle right in this corner. Shanti doing a great job of bailing out. Holtzman on that line. Really, Seattle's looking to get into the middle right now. All these upline cuts are fine, but that into the middle moment. Again, with that scooper from Holtzman. Shanti going down the line. Looks like there was a call whether the knee was down, Maddie's knee was down or up on that catch.
Seattle really being okay with playing along the sideline. However, when we get those dumps that are directly behind the cup, I would love for them to attack the middle of the field immediately. We see, oh, it's so close. We see Maddie make an effort to catch the disc inbounds. It looks like they have agreed that she was in. Disc back at Maddie. There we see the dump.
And Abby, you're right. You want to relieve that pressure off this line. Devil doing a great job of just corralling them. This is such a scary moment. Seattle doing a great job of resetting the stall count and finding the little pockets. But Gabby with a great throw to the middle, and this is the moment where all that pressure kind of relieved and you have so much more space to work with as Seattle.
What I like here is that Devil is still
in.
Gabby Peyoyo doing it again, proving that she can catch anything that is around her. Gabby Peyoyo putting on a show for everyone here. We see this disc swinging in the Seattle offense. Zoe catching it, turning and looking upfield, trusting Gabby, knowing that she can make the play on this low forehand. An incredible pickup by Gabby Peyoyo.
Woo.
She's not letting the heat get to her.
She's not letting the heat to get to her. Oh my gosh, not only with that high release backhand break over the cup into the middle to get Seattle into being able to attack more space, but then to just make that huge layout grab to take Seattle 8-6 into half.
Emma Chin showing off her acrobatics on the field. Devil doing an excellent job of battling this heat, making sure that they are having fun on the sideline, having fun on the field. Our scoreboard currently says 8-6. We are going to verify that on the field since it looks like both teams are on the line. So please stick with us right here. In this moment, we want to take an opportunity to shout out Disc Northwest. Disc Northwest is the title sponsor of this tour. Some of Disc Northwest's core values are promoting equity, accessibility, fairness, competitive play, and spirit of the game. Consider supporting these by donating to the Youth Development Fund. You can find the link on Disc Northwest Facebook page. And we would also like to shout out the Seattle Got Your Back teams. These are teams from Seattle that said, hey, youth players, we got your back. We're going to donate so that you can travel around so that you can go play. The special thanks to Lights Out, Seattle Sockeye, Seattle Chicago Bulls, Riot, Oregon Grinders, Kingdom, Kalakala, Garbage, Chi, Sizzle, Mixtape, Bullet Train, Birdfruit, BFG, and Danger Mouse. Thank you to all those wonderful teams that helped this tour possible.
So it looks like we got the scoreboard a little wrong. It's 7-6 Seattle, so a very tight game. Looking for a big hole so we can go 7-7. Seattle coming down in this kind of saggy, poachy cup. It looks like a 1-3-3. I'm sorry, it just is like a cup. And Giselle finding that spot, opening that lane, and then immediately closing. Kind of that poachy bread and butter of just kind of showing what you think is open and immediately closing that door.
We see Seattle moving the disc down the field, happy to get some yardage right off the bat, and now they're taking their time, swinging it, using all 40 yards of this field. We've got an upline strike, but Emma Chin, great anticipation from Emma Chin. Ooh, winding up for a backhand. Right as the Seattle defense is coming through. That's a pretty common thing that happens in Ultimate. Glad everyone is okay in that instance.
And it looks like a little bit of miscommunication when the disc was tapped in. Emma ripping that backhand into space. It looked like a high stall count and a great decision. I know it's not a lot of fun, but ripping it into the back end zone, giving your team 70 yards of defense, making sure that you don't have a short field turnover, and also showcasing her fantastic backhand throw. Seattle working it up now. A lot of space on that open side. Floating a little high. Sydney trying to get there. Nori there. Has space. Finds the Giselle on the end zone line. Multiple Seattle players streaking through. Mia catching that goal. Fantastic speed to gain all those 70 yards. Looks like there was a little maybe miscommunication. Giselle kind of sneaked deep unguarded and got to rip a big grab. Nori grabbing it. Giselle, great timing, taking off. Nori throwing that flat backhand out to space. Giselle able to run onto it. And then the support of your teammates sprinting. Mia just in a full sprint, making sure that she was the first option for Giselle. Great job by Seattle.
Yeah, excellent job by all those players following the play of the game, making sure that when their teammate catches the disc, they can turn, look up field, and throw immediately. The Seattle team being relentless in the heat. What do you think some of the keys to the game have been so far in this first half, Casey?
Right now, I'm looking at Emma Chin for Devil doing a ton of work, not only on the defensive end, behind the disc, and also kind of cutting and getting those upline strikes. And Seattle is like stringing together those kind of like cutter to cutter throws, whether they're deep looks or undercuts. They really get aggressive once the disc gets into their cutter set.
Absolutely. We've got ourselves a heck of a game right now, and now we're going to take a quick break to thank our sponsors.
Every time the pressure rises, we play better. Let's go, keep down the field.
An Ultiworld subscription gets you closer to the players and personalities you care about with game video, in-depth written and video analysis,
He's going to take off deep, but what he does is very simple.
documentary shorts,
And we've played Brute Squad before, and it just feels a little bit harder to lose this year.
and a whole lot more. To get your subscription or learn more, go to ultiworld.com/subscribe.
I promise that I will love you forever and always.
Jinx, and he's in.
Thank you to everyone who has been tuning in so far and that just took a look at our sponsors at this time. We also want to shout out our sponsor, Cut Camp. Cut Camp is an overnight summer camp for high school players looking to develop their ultimate skills in a fun and competitive setting. Cut is the perfect place to find lifelong friends from across the country and improve your ultimate skills together. Come learn from the best players and coaches in the game. If you love Ultimate, you can find more at competitiveultimatetraining.com. Cut Camp. Go there. And now we're going to take a look at some of the Cut Camp members who love what they do there.
My name is Arnush Chivaharian, otherwise known as Java, and I am the founder and executive director of Cut Camp.
My name is Jaden. I'm from Toronto, and I'm 18 years old. I came to Cut Camp because it's a great opportunity to get better at the sport I love the most, which is Ultimate Frisbee.
You can't find anything as unique as what you have at Cut Camp. It's an experience, honestly, you won't get anywhere else. With the coaches and the people that come here, everyone wants to be here. It's just an environment that is just so amazing to be around.
I think what made me want to become a coach most was probably Java's enthusiasm. I also really wanted the opportunity to hang out with some of the most knowledgeable players in the country.
We bring in coaches from all over the nation. And I'm talking about the best players, top-notch club players that are playing the game at the highest levels, such as Goose and Jesse Schaffner, Claire Chastain, Opie Payne, Khalifa El Salam. I could go on and on down the list of these amazing coaches that have given up their time to come here and to really give back to the youth ultimate world and to help grow it and make it amazing.
I came to Cut Camp because I am very passionate about Frisbee. I want to do it for a very long time, and the people that I know who have gone through the program said it was really good, and I thought that it would be a great opportunity for me to learn from these pro athletes that I've been looking up to for so long, and to just take advantage of the opportunity and just, I don't know, learn.
My name is Chrissy Lind Hunter. I'm Filipino-British, but I grew up in Hong Kong. I played for the GB mixed team, but I now currently live in Malaysia. Over the last few years, I've been playing with GB mixed. I now play for Black Widows. We're going to the US Open for the first time. We are the first multi-Asian country women's team to go to the US Open. I actually enjoy that the coaches get a chance to see what the kids want to do and see what their strengths are, as well as what the coaches have, the skills they can bring, and make an experience for these kids that's really personal and tailored to them.
Well, Cut Camp is growing at an immense rate. Just 4 years ago, we only had Chicago. Now we are in North Carolina, Portland, Oregon, Portland, Maine, and Toronto, Ontario.
Welcome back to halftime of the second game we brought to you today in New Jersey. It's an exciting game that we have between the Seattle Voyagers and the Devil U20 girls. We are so excited to be live streaming so many games to you right now. I am Abby Abramovich, and I am joined with our guest commentator, Nicholas Nagel, who is a Campus Kids counselor here with us today. Nick, thank you so much for being here today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Can you tell us a little bit more about Campus Kids and your experience here with Ultimate Frisbee?
Right, so yeah, this is about my fourth year teaching Ultimate Frisbee here at camp. So this camp is really ultimate oriented within these 2 weeks actually are the Ultimate Frisbee specialty. And these live games are just topped off by this whole experience of these kids seeing all these players and these amazing teams come out. A big part of it is there's actually a lot of Devil youth kids that ended up joining, the U20 team or they're all on the U17 teams, and they're all here playing Frisbee, and it's just a great experience. Awesome.
And are there any names that you've had come through this Campus Kids program, possibly play with Devil, and who have gone on to continue to play Ultimate on some of the biggest stages?
Yeah, there's actually there's a counselor named Ms. Sadie Jazierski. She's pretty well known. I mean, have you heard of her before?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I watched her destroy with Ohio State, and now she's out there with the U24 team in Germany. She's throwing crazy things on the field. Super exciting player to watch, and that's really awesome that she has come through. So she was she a camp member or a counselor?
She was a counselor, and she ended up teaching many people, including. Oh, she was also a camper too, actually. So she was a camper and she was a counselor. So it's just. People like her are really what's bringing this experience to this camp and just really generating the hype for the Ultimate community within just this area. It's just amazing to see.
Absolutely. I think both of these programs, both Devil, Campus Kids, Dis Northwest for Seattle, are incredible programs that get kids involved at a young age, kind of show them what this sport can be, and then see them grow up in the sport. I believe that many of the players that we're watching right now on our screen will be seeing on the U20 team, on the U24 team, continuing to play at the club level. Nick, what are some of your thoughts on this game so far?
This game, it's been amazing. It's been absolutely competitive back and forth. It's really amazing to really see the just high level Frisbee. Having somebody come in from Seattle all the way to the East Coast, it's just so amazing to watch. I know that I mean all of us we've really loved it from the sidelines and seeing it just watching the amount of competition that's out there, it's incredible.
Totally, and we have been so appreciative of everything that Devil and Campus Kids has done for us today, providing us with lunch. I know that we're using your shade tents on the sideline. Everybody who's in the stands here watching, it's been so exciting to have you all involved in this project. And Nick, thank you so much for joining us up here in the booth today.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Thanks. Awesome, and we saw a turnover from an Emma Chin shot into the end zone. Gabby Peyoyo doing what she can to break up that shot into the end zone. We see Seattle swing it out of bounds, unfortunately, right now. Devil picking it up, trying to gain a few yards off of where it went out of bounds. Devil picking it up again, taking a shot down the sideline. Let's see if, possibly another call. Be interesting to see if Devil is able to convert this right here, not quite tie up this game, but bring it to 8-7 on the field.
It looks like the disc is coming back. It's kind of a weird travel call where travel was called, the disc never got tapped back in, and there's going to be a violation call. Disc tapped back in now. Emma looking up line, trying to toe the line. I think she does. Excellent. Oh, no, she does not. Emma showing great spirit. Fantastic just awareness, though, to try to keep your feet in bounds in that situation and kind of like toe the line right there. Emma making a great strike cut again. Dion with the disc, looking for Holtzman. Trapped again sideline. This is kind of always a dangerous play. Great discipline to get off the line to Laura in the center of the disc, in the center of the field where the horizontal is really much more dangerous. Gabby taking off deep, unfortunately a little low. Again, Devil going fast, always never letting Seattle breathe and just going quick and quick and quick. Trapped on the sideline now. High count, looking to throw, deep shot. Has a Devil receiver, but multiple Seattle players there with the D.
Yeah, Seattle doing an excellent job having someone in front of the disc as it's coming down and also help behind the receiver in the end zone. Excellent defense from Seattle. Here we see Seattle walking it up to the front of the end zone line, looking for movement downfield, but the Devil defenders doing a fantastic job. We see Emma Chin with another poach block. She is so heads up, taking care of her own matchup as a defender, but also being heads up, ready to help her teammates get the disc back. She's got it in her hands outside of the end zone. A quick toss into the end zone, but a huge D from Seattle. I believe that was Natalia again with another big D, cleaning it up in the end zone. Fantastic work, Natalia.
In such a gritty point, multiple Ds, multiple just kind of fast break moments. This is where legs start to go a little bit, and both teams really have to dig deep to kind of finish out this point. Right out of half, long point, legs are like starting to tire right now. I really want to, just great to see both teams still working hard, setting up their cuts, but also playing this gritty D, contesting everything possible right there. Fantastic D. Number 45 on Devil right there, contesting Holtzman right there. Sarah doing a great job of getting her hands in there. Again, towing the line, right on the line. They're having a little bit of a conversation. Ivana looking at Gabby, having this discussion on whether their feet were in bounds or not.
Yvonne showing some great spirit, towing the line. A fantastic effort as we see right there, getting horizontal, trying to keep her toes in bounds, and then having a spirited discussion. We see the smile from Gabby as they talk it out. Again, I cannot get over the spirit that we have seen from both teams during some of these big plays that we've seen so far today.
Deep shot, unfortunately, sailing over the head of Zoe. Again, Devil picking up and going. Not waiting to set up and always trying to go fast. Big shot, but run through deep by Leona. Leona looking to go fast now. Multiple cutters streaking deep for Seattle. Holtzman coming under. Big shot over the top. Gabby always there. Looking for Laura in the end zone. And finding Laura for the battle break. Seattle getting on the board, 9-6.
Yeah, Seattle able to march it down the field after multiple turns on a long point. Here we see the disc flying up in the air, going just barely over two Devil defenders that did an excellent job going up. Gabby picking up the trash and then able to keep her composure and find Laura in the end zone for Seattle.
I think Sarah got a piece of that too. I saw the disc do a little wobble, unfortunately not enough, but Sarah doing a great job all over the field defensively at that point.
Yeah, I think we saw some great defense from those Devil players. I think you've got to be a little bit frustrated with the discipline in the end zone. They had it on the goal line looking to shoot. But again, this is the first time that we've seen this Devil team play together yet. This is the first game that they've played against each other, or played against someone else, as opposed to just scrimmaging each other in practice. And so I think that discipline in the end zone is something that you build throughout a season. That's something that maybe they don't have it right now. Maybe we'll see it later this game. But that's something that they're working towards for the rest of their season.
Yeah, and you know, perfect timing and poor timing is really the difference of like a second and a half. And that timing and that trust and that kind of just chemistry really comes with time. And you can practice all you want, but having these games early season is so important to kind of build that chemistry and really kind of forge a great bond. That, you know what, even past this season, you stay friends with your teammates in these moments, and it's really great. I have some lifelong friends that I got to meet way, way, way back in the day playing Ultimate with a pie tin, maybe. No, it wasn't that long ago, but it felt like a decade ago.
Yeah, no kidding. I can't believe that some of these kids were born in 2000. Such an incredible display.
Some of these kids were born in 2000? Don't tell me that.
I think so.
I think some of them were born in like 2003. Great pull. Devil in a horizontal. Seattle kind of again in this saggy zone look. They're kind of matched up, but just sagging in the lanes, really making the windows in the middle much tighter, having to almost throw through two defenders. Good job getting it off the line, just back in the middle of the field. Seattle doing a great job of really taking away upfield cuts. The Devil is still kind of dinking around the handler set, but nothing upfield right now is able to break loose.
Yeah, I would like to see these Devil cutters attack the unders a little bit more. There we see a big yardage gainer. When these Devil cutters are making their deep cuts, I would love to see them plant and turn and attack under. I think right now they're open, but they just need a little more attack as we see the turnover during the Devil reset.
And Shanti looking to actually go quickly in this transition moment, see if they can gain some yards. Short field, about 20 yards to go. Mia in the end zone for the goal. And Mia just seems to be like an Energizer bunny, just always running. I can't believe how fast she is. Shanti reading, seeing what they have, seeing if they can kind of gain some quick yards. Gets a great throw, open side under. And Giselle just finding Mia, who has just been all over this field and just has been finding the end zone this game.
Yeah, the Seattle team being relentless on these transitions. They're cutting to get the disc immediately. They're making deep cuts. If they're not getting it, they're coming under. They're filtering really well. They're cycling. They're clearing. Just relentless effort from the Seattle team during this long, hot day here in New Jersey.
And what's really interesting, that kind of fast break, it was kind of like a slow fast break, which is kind of an oxymoron, but it kind of imitated just like a cutter catching it and having two or three people looking for that continuation. You had multiple people kind of pushing a little out of position, but it really feels like you just gained a lot of yards under and you have a lot of space with only two people kind of in that cutter space. Gets to create a lot of like gains under. And that continuation, a strength of Seattle, kind of that cutter-to-cutter continuation. When there's space, Seattle cutters have been able to attack and move quickly with the ball.
Definitely. And the Devil team had some success with that three-person zone. I wonder if we're going to see any three-person cups. Both teams were running it in this first half. There's still a bit of a breeze down on the field. It would be interesting to see if we see any three-person cups, any sort of junks or zones pop up this next point as we watch Devil hopefully able to have a clean offensive hold right now, start to build some momentum in the second half.
Taylor giving some last-minute advice for this D-line. Right now, they've been really successful on just putting pressure on. I really liked the zone look and also their person look. They've been doing a great job of putting pressure on their cutters. A lot of high stall counts for Devil right now. Devil's been really patient and able to work out of those difficult situations. But as a coach, you're looking at like, man, there's been like 8 or 9 stall 7, stall 8 moments. Again, this looks like kind of a saggy, just a person D right now. We'll see if there's any kind of switches or sags right now for Seattle, but Seattle's just going backhand right now. Shot through the middle for Emma. There's a pick called. Looks like the disc is going to go back to Yvonne.
And Yvonne has been a key part to this Devil offense. I think that we've seen a lot of great plays from Sydney, from Emma, but Yvonne has been there to pick up the disc. She has wonderful pump fakes, able to move her mark really well, and has great field vision. We see her shooting to the players downfield, trusting her teammates to come up with these discs. There we see, just out of the hands, but I love how she led that cutter out in front of her, able to throw to that window even though there's defense on her back.
Completely. And Yvonne has also been doing those kind of subtle things of just always consistently getting open for her cutter. You know, just being there, able to just find that reset consistently on time and on target. Really undervalued. Great cut up line, looking for the end zone. Great grab. That's a fantastic cut, too, coming from the weak side. Never cut like Sydney, just racing through, blowing by her defender. You can see Emma having a disc, and that cut actually comes almost like 40 yards away, and you'll just see Sydney streaking across the face of the open side for that easy upline goal. That's a huge goal for Devil. Settles Devil back into their D-line, getting their D-line back on the field. And also just a reminder, we have to go fast. Our game plan is fast, 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 quick, quick, quick. We are not going to stop. And on that moment, though, it is incredibly hot. Teams are going full tilt, and we're going to take a quick heat break to make sure that the players are hydrating, getting some shade, and taking care of their body. At this moment, we also want to thank Aria Disc. The Disc Northwest Tier 206 is sponsored by Aria Disc, precision crafted with high level of play in mind and supporting growth and accessibility with every disc sold. Aria believes in changing the world through Ultimate. For more information, please visit us at aria-disc.com. Thank you for supporting the Disc Northwest Tier 206 Tour and Aria Disc. Aria has done so much, not only for the Ultimate community, but just thinking about how we instill the values that this community has to our larger communities too. They've been doing a great job of Aria Player of the Game, getting to talk to all these different people who are fantastic players on the field, but also in their community. Abby, what has that experience been talking with all those fantastic Aria players of the game?
It's been wonderful getting to know what Ultimate has meant to them. You know, we can tell that they have put so much energy and effort into their skills, so it's awesome to hear about the community that they're building, about the values that they're learning. I know yesterday our player of the game talked about how much she values body control now, how much more she values body control and keeping everyone safe than winning. So it's been great to get able to touch base with all of these players on the field, get to know them a little bit more, and get to understand their values and what they're learning from the sport that we play.
And I just remember listening a little bit to Hannah Hartman and all the camps that she's put on and all the way that she's given back. And I really think that this community grows because of that. It's really these individuals who are saying, hey, I want to create this sport more accessible. I want to create a better disc. I want to do this thing. I want to make sure that there are game streams. I want to make sure that Youth Ultimate is out in front of the world. And it's all these just individuals making those choices. And it's really exciting and really special, from the volunteers to the parents, to making sure that this camp runs. All those things matter. And Aria Disc really putting forth their money where their mouth is, making sure that discs are getting donated to make sure that they're out here supporting that community is really special.
Do you think that Aria chose their name based off the Game of Thrones character? Do you think that that's just a coincidence? I know that Aria in Game of Thrones is one of your favorite characters. Casey, definitely one of my favorite characters. Do you think we have any crossover?
Well, you know, you never know to get in the mind of the siblings, but it does seem to make sense. You know, it is a fantastic character. Arya and the Game of Thrones is one of my favorite shows right now, and was pretty sad and devastated when it went away. But we can debate the finale offline, hashtag no spoilers. But if you haven't seen it now, you're probably not going to watch it, let's be honest. But Before we get into our Game of Thrones deep dive, I want to make sure that we take a break and check in with our sponsors.
My name is Jaden. I'm from Toronto and I'm 18 years old. I came to Cut Camp because it's a great opportunity to get better at the sport I love the most, which is Ultimate Frisbee.
I think what made me want to become a coach most was probably Java's enthusiasm. I also really wanted the opportunity to hang out with some of the most knowledgeable players in the country.
We bring in coaches from all over the nation. And I'm talking about the best players, top-notch players that are playing the game at the highest levels, such as Goose and Jesse Schaffner and Claire Chastain, Opie Payne, Khalifa El Salam. I could go on and on down the list of these amazing coaches that have given up their time to come here and to really give back to the youth ultimate world and to help grow it and make it amazing.
Well, Cut Camp is growing at an immense rate. Just 4 years ago, we only had Chicago. Now we are in North Carolina, Portland, Oregon, Portland, Maine, and Toronto, Ontario.
We play better!
An Ulti-World subscription gets you closer to the players and personalities you care about with game video, in-depth written and video analysis.
He's going to take off deep, but what he does is very simple.
Documentary shorts.
And we've played Brute Squad before, and it just feels a little bit harder to lose this year.
And a whole lot more. To get your subscription or learn more, go to ultiworld.com/subscribe.
Welcome back to this exciting game. We've got quite the game that we've been watching. Both games today have been excellent. We see the pull up from Devil as Seattle marches down the field on offense.
Devil going into their zone. This cup has been pretty effective where they really drop back. Great job, great deep, errant throw. And Sydney busting deep immediately. Devil loving to go push the pace, go fast break, especially out of this long heat timeout break. Fresh legs to immediately start attacking with their speed. Upline, great cut to the open side. Looking Sydney deep. Betsy closing. Sydney, great grab right there. Devil on the line, looking to capitalize. Getting in their end zone. A little stagnant right now. High stall count. Looking for someone. Great dump off the line. Sydney all over the place right now. Giving and going. Getting Ds. Running the offense behind the disc. There's the dump. There's the give-go. Great decision. Great patience right now. Devil trying to be patient. Trying to make sure they capitalize on this break opportunity. On the goal line. Looking for Sydney. All over the place. Getting the bookends. Sydney not only getting the D. Running the offense from down below. Making sure that Devil gets this break. I'm going to call this the 5 ultimate play of the game. Maybe not the most impressive start, but Sydney not only getting the bookend close, but running the offense behind the disc, in front of the disc, and then getting upfield for that easy goal. Sydney just all over the place for Devil for that huge break.
And we saw excellent teamwork from this Devil team. We saw Vidushi Vashis getting involved. We saw number 17, Ji Yoon Sim, doing excellent work, excellent handler movement, creating this momentum with those upline strikes, hitting that deep shot, and then being able to swing the disc while staying composed until we find Sydney in the end zone.
And just a quick ultimate slang lingo bookends is when you get the D and also catch the goal. You can just kind of cap the both points, and Sydney all over the place, running aggressively to get that D, immediately pushing deep, right? Stretching the defense, opening up a lot of underspace for their Devil Cutters, and then coming back when they got in the end zone to make sure you got the swing off the line, and then magically appearing back in the end zone. Sydney using her legs, her calm, her presence to really get that break. Really exciting job for Devil.
And we're at a very exciting moment in this game. Seattle is up 10-8. Devil, with some momentum behind them, able to get the last break in this game. If they can get another one, make it 10-9. Try to catch Seattle sleeping a little bit. Seattle has had the lead for a little while in this game. If Devil's able to work their way late into this game, I think we could have ourselves a real nail-biter coming down in these last 18 minutes.
And I think that heat timeout was so important. Devil's game plan of pushing the pace, pushing the pace, pushing the pace. But with this heat, you could tell that that kind of high pace has put a big toll on Devil's body. But just having a little bit of shade break, a little cool, you got to see that speed and attack of Devil once again. Devil coming down in this cup zone again, really trying to put a lot of pressure on Seattle and force them to take these risky shots through the cup. This cup is really interesting where they really trap hard on the sideline and trying to make sure that Seattle doesn't get off the sideline. Seattle does a great job of swinging it quickly off the sideline and getting back to the middle. But let's see what happens right here. This is a dangerous spot for Seattle. You can really see that the mark doing a great job of rotating around, forcing these windows to either go over the mark or these tight kind of strikes through the middle. Great job, Holtzman, of moving the mark, being able to dump around, and then immediately, as you said, when you get that dump back, attacking the opposite side.
And I really like that right there. We see Maddie Grassi take a second before she swings it all the way to the end zone. So before getting trapped, we're able to keep the disc moving right here. Shanti doing the same thing, able to keep the disc moving right away, swinging it to the other side. Once you get it to the middle, you don't have to go all the way to the other sideline, as we see Seattle attacking it up the middle of the field right now. Laura Holtzman doing an excellent job bailing out her players, and we see a big shot into the end zone, and Seattle coming down with it for the score.
And really textbook offense against the zone, right? Multiple swings, patient, trying not to immediately get trapped on the sideline, taking a shot in the middle. And after the fourth or fifth time, you can see the cup getting a little tired. The windows get a little more kind of larger windows for a little more time, and Seattle able to bust it through the middle, and then Betsy getting it through the middle and immediately attacking far side where they had two Seattle players running onto that disc.
Yeah, we saw some fantastic zone offense from Seattle. Previously, we've seen them get trapped on this sideline, and that time we watched them swing it from side to side multiple times, taking as many throws as it takes to work it down the field, and then taking a shot over the top, but a shot that you're confident in, a shot that you know you can throw and that you know your receivers can bring down. So excellent job for that Seattle offense. I also thought an excellent job by the Devil defense. They forced Seattle to throw it multiple times. Seattle doing an excellent job by that, but the relentless pressure from that cup, from those downfield defenders, excellent work from that Devil zone defense.
And to play cup in this weather is just brutal. I think there's a lot of kind of fearlessness and courage by that zone D to just say we're going to dig in this heat, in this moment, and just kind of relentlessly push ourselves to run that zone.
Yeah, absolutely. I have been fortunate enough to mostly play deep my entire life, but lately I've ran a couple reps in a zone in the cup, and oh my gosh, it is a lot of work up there, a lot of thankless work as you're sprinting from side to side in the deep, mainly just kind of chilling in the back sometimes.
You know, as a 5'6" quick player that never really got to play deep, I appreciate the acknowledgement that the deep just stands in the back. Seattle coming down in person. It looks like with a backhand mark. Again, kind of sagging and making those windows a little dangerous for the handlers. A throw a little over the top. Seattle with the disc now. A lot of yards to cover. Shanti jogging to the disc to pick up. Seattle in a horizontal. Ooh, just a little bit out of the reach of Zoe. Again, Devil going quickly, looking to attack right away. going in chaos. Emma with that big sweeping backhand just over, with a tip. Not quite there, but man, Emma shoots those backhands, those big arching backhands. Really beautiful arc to that throw.
And number 6, Molly Fong on Devil, has been doing an excellent job of giving those deep cuts, giving those options to those players who love to shoot. Her recognition of when Emma gets a disc, when Yvonne gets a disc, I'm going to take off deep to give them an opportunity to hit me on their big throws that I know they love.
And there's Sydney again with a run through deep. Oh, it looks like a player is down for Seattle.
We have been fortunate so far this tour not to see too many injuries. We've had a couple collisions, a couple close calls, but so far everyone's been fairly safe, and we're hoping that Alex is okay today.
It looks like Taylor's kind of just checking out the ankle, making sure that Alex is okay, checking out everything's, making sure Alex can be safe. Alex walking off on her own accord. Really great to see. You never like to see when a player goes down, but when they're able to get up and walk off without any help is really encouraging.
Absolutely, and we know that she's got wonderful support from her 2 coaches. Amanda Kostick and Taylor Hartman have been doing incredible things for the Seattle program. Taylor Hartman, a current underground player, we actually watched her run a track workout yesterday before she coached, truly instilling this relentless energy that we've seen into the Seattle offense.
And it looked like we got a shot of just a pretty nasty burn or like a cleat mark. Oh, big shot to the end zone. Sydney just out of the reach for the Devil player. Great look, aggressive shot. But it looked like Alex had just a terrible raspberry on the back of her leg. I'm not sure if it was a cleat or just sliding into this turf, but did not look pleasant. Seattle with a disc, a little high of a throw. Great D by Devil. Let's see if Devil continues to try to go quick or they try to set something up. Emma wants to go fast. Emma's in the middle, swinging it to the far side. Back to the middle. Emma looking for the end zone. High release to the break side to Sydney. Wow, what a cut. I love that aggressive strike with her Emma's speed to just an immediate slam on the brakes to that open side. You can see Emma there looking to attack, looking aggressive, throws this beautiful high release into space. That's a tough throw. Sydney running it down. And right now, off screen, you can see Emma is just blowing up to that front cone. Slams on the brakes. Easy throw, open side, toe feet in, and let's go. You can tell that she's pumped up.
Yeah, that's a difficult cut to guard. You've got to respect. You know that Devil has been hitting these around, hitting those break side cuts to those from those up lines to the break side, and there Emma taking advantage, throwing on the brakes, getting open on the open side, and Devil showing that they are not done in this game. We've got 10.5 minutes remaining. It's been an incredible game so far. It's been a hot one. These girls are persevering through this heat, through this long day, and these wild conditions that we've had so far on this tour. Do you expect to see anything new in these last 10 minutes of the game? Do you think the coaches have anything up their sleeve that they haven't shown yet?
I would be surprised to see if anything new happened. I really love this zone look by Devil. Seattle seems to have kind of calmed down and maybe figured it out, but I think you run it out one more time. There's been a consistent kind of stoppage on the sideline that at least last point, Seattle did a great job of getting off the line. But for the past 3 times, I think, before that, Seattle was in multiple dangerous positions on the line. There we can see Alex back in with a pretty rough kind of raspberry on the leg. Not sure if she got cleated still or if it's just a kind of turf burn. But, man, those things sting. Like, laying out, hitting the ground on turf just stings, and it stings for multiple days.
Especially a day like today where you're sweating so much. I know we're up here sweating in the booth, not even running around, just watching these girls give it everything they've got. And just an exciting day for everyone out here today. We've had so many incredible bids, so many incredible plays, a bunch of tipped discs that have been caught for the goal. Just a lot of exciting plays out there today in this Devil and Seattle game.
So 11-9, Devil pulling, really looking to get a break in the next couple points. Clock ticking down, 8 minutes and about 30 seconds left. Not a lot left. Both teams have been going gas pedal, gas pedal, gas pedal, and it'll be interesting how much legs are at the end of the game.
See a nice forehand pull from the Devil player.
Seattle in horizontal. It looks like a person. Great upline strike by Betsy, but just sails a little too far. Devil going quick. Again, always fast breaking with a run through D, but not there. This is a great opportunity for Devil to continue to go fast. It looks like the speed is going well. Quick movement by Devil has been the name of this game, and their offense has been relentless in that movement. Upline strike, high stall count, a little dangerous moment, might shoot to the end zone. Big shot, has a Devil player though. Can they get their feet in? Oh, and it sails out of bounds.
Excellent defense there. I think we might have a stall called on that throw. Either way, it will be a turnover. I do like the movement that Badushi had. I know that that was a tough throw to make on a high stall count when you don't really have an options, but I like the movement that we saw. Again, they're continuing to push the pace. And that is the break opportunity that Devil is looking for. So this is the time where they've got to grind. They've got to get another D, hopefully push this game to 10-11 as we watch the clock wind down.
Betsy on the corner, looking to the middle. Great D by the Devil. What a run through D, and they're going to go quick again.
Badushi getting that disc back for her team.
Short field, end zone opportunity for Devil. A little bit of chaos right now. Devil trying to create space for each other, looking for the end zone. Big shot. Oh, just out of the reach, and Betsy getting a hand on it.
Yeah, we saw some good movement from those Devil players, but I think they want to swing it a little bit farther. They're getting stuck on that far sideline, trying to hit those plays, those throws down the sideline, and I think you've got to keep swinging it to the middle of the field, try to attack from both sides.
Seattle, again, kind of on that line, trying to work it up that line. Multiple high stall counts. Great throw to the middle. Creates a lot of space. You can tell, though, I feel like the legs and the fatigue are going. You can see the cutters making one hard cut, but really struggling to come back under. And just kind of like the difference between running and jogging. And there's a shot, a little short. And Devil right there, again, picking up and going. I love it. It's still late in the game. People are tired, and Devil is saying our game plan is to go fast, and we are going fast.
Yeah, and we've seen number 18, Izzy Singer,
Big shot.
On this Devil team doing work as we see the shot go up, covered by Seattle. But Izzy Singer doing an excellent job on these transitions of making cuts immediately for her team. Her checking her shoulder, looking around and saying, I'm open, I want the ball right now. And if she doesn't get it, she's clearing for her teammates.
Timeout by Maddie right there. You could tell just Seattle players crumpling on the field and just in exhaustion. That was a long, long point. Hopefully their players are okay and just out of exhaustion, not out of anything health related. But Taylor coming over there and checking them out. It is fun, though. In the background, you can see the Seattle U20 boys playing a little mini, and their coach is playing a little spike ball off in the corner. Just loving to play games. Not only have they been on the bus all day, but they just love to play a little mini, a little spike ball, and just goofing around, having fun. This tour has been so much fun, not only on the stream games, but the historic tour that we went on in Boston, getting to just kind of goof around and just like hang out. This is how you make friends. There we see Cam and Kelly and Kai, and it looks like Isaac, a little IG, playing a little spike ball. Great game. Thank you for sponsoring spike ball. Also just super fun. I wish I was a little better at spike ball, but there's something about just I cannot hit the ball into the net, and it's awful.
Interesting, because when we play tennis, you don't have a problem hitting the ball into the net, Casey. You know, it is hot outside, but I feel like I'm just burned on the inside right now in the booth. It is quite mean. My tennis game is improving, though. Not great yet, but it is tough.
There you see Devil in their timeout, really connecting with each other, making sure that it's not just the 7 on the sideline, but their whole team supporting them in these long points.
And I just want to give another shout out to this Fulcrum crew that has made this live stream possible. Again, we're playing in a heat advisory. We've got tons of equipment so that we're able to live stream this game to you. That's so much work, so much preparation that goes into this. And Fulcrum showing that they can live stream no matter if there's a thunderstorm outside and all of a sudden we've got to move inside. No matter if you drove through the night last night, showing up in 100-degree heat, making everything possible. And thank you to everyone who has been staying tuned in. There we see Gabe. He's actually on top of the booth that we are commentating from right now. I don't know how hot it is up there. I haven't actually gone up to check yet.
But it's very hot.
Shout out to Gabe. Shout out to Callie Ma behind the scenes, making sure that Casey and I are staying on track. Shout out to Sarah doing excellent work from the camera down on the field. Just absolutely loving all the work that Fulcrum has been doing for this community, able to bring youth Frisbee to your fingertips so that you're able to watch inside, hopefully in some air conditioning, maybe drinking some lemonade on this hot, hot day.
And out of this timeout, it's just great for Seattle and Devil to kind of catch their breath. Multiple turns. This is an important point. It's in horizontal right now. If Seattle can score this, it would be fantastic. But also, this is a great opportunity for Devil to lock in, maybe get a short field turnover, and execute their end zone offense.
Absolutely. It'll be exciting to see what this Devil team has set up for their defense. We've talked a little bit about the brains behind this team, but Ken and Jax, the coaches for this Devil team, have some excellent experience. Ken has been coaching this team for 6 years. Jax is a player on the club team Jug Handle and just bringing excellent energy and strategy to this Devil team.
Betsy with a rip, just a little short right now, and Devil on offense, looking to move the ball back in the middle. Great throw to space. Devil using their legs to attack that open space. Great pressure D right now by Seattle. High stall count. Good inside break. Looking for that next continue. High stall count. A little jammed up in space right now in the handler set. Feeling scary. Might throw it into the end zone. Has a receiver there, though. Oh, just over the top. Great team D. You could tell high stall count. Excellent decision, I think, from the Devil player to say, you know what? Don't look my options behind. I'm not going to throw a risky throw behind me and give Seattle a short field. I'm going to throw and force them to go 70 yards again.
Definitely. And she turned and looked downfield to number 23, Nika Rockefeller on this team. Nika's actually an 8th grader that is new to the sport, but decided, hey, I want to come out and I want to compete at the top level. Their coach, Ken, was telling me that there's still moments where they say, hey, can you go over to Nika and explain the rules, because she hasn't been playing for that long, but showing that she is willing to work for her teammates, put in the energy on offense to make these great cuts for Devil.
And it looks like we have an injury. One of the Devil players, Ji Yoon, is down. I'm unsure if it's an ankle, if it's a heat exhaustion moment. Their Devil teammates running over, making sure that she's all right, or just checking in, helping her up.
Yeah. Beautiful huddle walking her off the field. Everyone surrounding her and making her feel part of the team right there. I think that these breaks, though, are a little unfortunate for this Devil team. We've seen the clock run out so far, meaning that at the end of this point, I believe the game is going to be over. But we really want to see what this Devil offense can do during this possession right now.
And I think these points are so pivotal. I think in every Ultimate game that I've played in, there's always kind of one long point, and it's just a mental resilient point too. You know, like how can you stay mentally checked in and stick to your game plan the whole time? Whatever happens in this game, I think just practicing that and having reps of like, this is what happens in these long points. These are the fatigue. How can we stay locked in? These are such valuable reps for Devil and for Seattle.
We have another call on the field. I believe it might be a stall. It looked like the count was getting pretty high with the Devil player having the disc right there. She was able to find a teammate downfield. It'll be interesting to see what comes of this discussion right now. Looks like it's coming back in the hands of Devil. Quick throw, quick dish off to Yvonne.
Yvonne ripping, looking deep with a great space. Can they keep inbounds? Oh, what a grab! What a great backhand and just an all-out race to the cone. I think Seattle got a piece of it and Devil was able to just snag it down. Yvonne stepping, using her core, ripping this backhand, a beautiful backhand throw, and just an all-out sprint. Mia with some great speed to close, reach out, tip, and what fantastic hands by Devil.
Nika, some excellent footwork from the young and upcoming rising star. Nika doing what she can on the field for this team, showing her relentless effort.
There's no way she's in 8th grade, Abby. We got to check those notes. That's insane. That speed, that composure, to see the disc in the air, to continue to run it down. That is fantastic composure. I would, for a club player, but for an 8th grader new to the sport, that is remarkable.
Absolutely, and it looks like we have both teams heading back to the line, so we've got another exciting point coming up.
My guess would be the heat advisory. We continued our game clock on stream, and that the game clock was paused. I'm guessing that we're in the kind of final minutes still of the game. Probably, I'm guessing around 5 minutes left. But 11-10, probably one of the last points played. Devil needs this break to push the game to a double game point.
Yeah, and I really like that here the clock does stop for those heat advisory. I was coaching down at college nationals this year, and it was super interesting that the clock continued to run during those heat points that you are required to take. Really nice if you're up during that game, but if you're down, it's hard to take those like 3-minute, 5-minute timeouts during those heat breaks, knowing that you won't get those minutes back. So I'm glad that we're able to play out this game to its fullest potential right here.
Oh, and I'm glad we just get more Ultimate, Abby. All of these games on this tour have just been nail biters, and I just had so much fun watching the athletic plays, the discipline, the counter zones, the double looks, the pull plays, and then here we get like this huge close nail biter again. Emotionally, I am exhausted. These games are too close and too exciting for me to handle.
Absolutely. We see Laura Holzman pick up the disc. I wonder if it's the classic sucker play. It looks like it was there, but Devil doing a wonderful job defending it, and they get the D. This is the break that they need to tie up this game.
And again, going quickly. Even though the throws weren't there, they were racing to the disc to pick it up and immediately going to their cutter set. A little bit of chaos, but Devil loves playing offense in this kind of chaos set. And there's Emma finding the goal for the break. Sarah Hugh with a great timing cut just to the cone. And we got ourselves an 11-11 game to 12, maybe. Sorry, folks, I'm just guessing here, but beautiful throw. Again, quick movement, a lot of chaos, never letting Seattle set. Emma catching it and Sarah racing down to the cone. Great spot, great throw to space for the goal.
Yeah, number 45, Sarah Hugh, doing a wonderful job this entire game, taking advantage of those quick transitions. And as you said, now we're tied up at 11s in this incredible game. We see the Seattle boys returning to the sideline, happy to cheer on their team. We've got the crowd here hanging out under the shade. So thankful for everything that's been here to make this game possible, and to have such an exciting game come down to the wire here. Couldn't ask for anything better to watch up here in the booth, Casey.
Absolutely, and you see Darby rocking that cool tie-dye 206 jersey. Thank you, Cascades and the AUDL, for decking us out. Not only is this community supported by Aria and all these 5 Ultimate apparel, but also the AUDL and Seattle Cascades stepping up to make sure that their youth Ultimate players are supported. Also, multiple players from the U20 boys play on the Seattle Cascades. That young talent already getting that club level, that pro level experience. Really exciting for the future of Ultimate. But really exciting right now. We got 11-11. This is a tight game.
Curious to see if Devil comes down in that 3-person cup we've seen them use so well all game today.
Ooh, roll a little bit of miscommunication. Who's picking the pull gives Devil a little more time to get down and set their defense. It looks like their person, Seattle, trying to move the disc, trying to find those spots. Really, it's about heart in the cutting right now. Seattle looking a little fatigued in their cutter set, trying to make sure that they continue to make those hard cuts into open space and able to turn and go. Holtzman seeming to never run out of energy. Oh, unfortunate throw. Mia and Holtzman have just been on a tear, though, in the cutter set.
Absolutely. We see a little miscue for them. This gives Devil the opportunity to break, to take the lead for one of the, I believe the first time this half, one of the first times since in the very early stages of this game. They're doing a nice job working it upfield right now.
There's the dish. Again, classic Devil, moving quickly, getting quick movements through their handler sets, and then gaining these big yards. It's always a little chaotic, but like chaos, like really well timed, exactly what they want. Chaos. Their handlers finding their spots, getting these little dink throws, and then looking deep shots. Always making sure that Seattle is off balance. Moving just quickly and upfield right now, getting into the red zone. Devils had a little struggle in these moments, but let's see if that shot to Sydney right there in the goals. That's a huge grab.
A wonderful point for this Devil team, getting the D and then marching it down the field 70 yards. This is a fantastic throw. Yvonne keeping her composure in the middle of the field, using that pump fake to move the mark, stepping out and throwing a beautiful OI backhand right to her receiver, out where Sydney can get it, but nobody else.
And I just love like that step around backhand. I know there wasn't a huge mark, but able to get out wide and go low is just a great job. And she's been throwing that throw consistently. And when there's wind and when there's anything like that, that throw will just be a bread and butter. It's so much fun to watch the styles of Devil and Seattle. Devil really saying we are going to fast break all game, and even when the legs were tired, they consistently fast break and kept Seattle on their toes, right? Their defense really never got to settle in, never got to lock in. Their marks were never really set the whole time, and that really paid off for Devil with their fast breaks and their quick kind of handler movement. The angles of attack always changed in different ways. There's kind of these subtle power positions, maybe these subtle break windows that opened up, but this quick movement was really when Devil looked the best. And fantastic fight too. Devil really never gave up on themselves, right? Down, heat, and they stuck together. When we talk about those moments of adversity, those long points, those moments when you think there's no way, you can always come back to this game and say, yes we can. We've done it before. We've been in harder games. This is huge. The confidence building. Big shout out to the 8th grader catching a remarkable goal, sprinting down. Those are the moments where you got to step up as a team. And no matter the score, no matter what happens, it's really just the resilience in those moments that are just so much fun to watch on screen or watch even the youth players demonstrate. As a club player, I'm always talking to my team about how we can show those resilience, and to see that resilience and that care is just so much fun. This tour could not have been possible with a million different things and all this different help, and especially a big thanks to all of our sponsors. 5 Ultimate, Cut Camp, Spike Ball, all the Got Your Back Seattle Club teams, Game Point Performance, Fulcrum Media, Friction Gloves, and RA Disc. And you know what? Big shout out to the parents, the volunteers here at the camp, always running around making sure that there was water, the shade tents getting set up, making sure like the bus drivers driving us to different places, all the families that have opened up their homes for the Seattle teams to stay out and sleep. It is really just a remarkable community. Growing up in the Seattle community, I got a chance to really feel like supported in this way. And going on this tour, it is so incredibly fun to just see how the Ultimate community in general supports and holds our youth players and players of the future. One of the big reasons why I always make sure that I come in and try to support my community as an older player is because when I was a youth player, I had such fantastic role models and club players that stepped up and made sure that I felt like part of this community and supported. I really appreciate all the viewers at home for tuning in and making sure that they say, hey, this Youth Ultimate thing is really exciting and we love watching these sports out on the field. We're going to go down to the field in just a second for our ARIA Player of the Game with Abby Abramovich.
Thank you so much to all the viewers who tuned in for that incredibly exciting game. I'm here with the ARIA Player of the Game, Emma Chin, from this Devil U20 girls team. Emma, congratulations on a wonderful game. Here's the ARIA Player of the Disc award. The fans at home want to know, what has the sport of Ultimate and its values meant to you so far?
I mean, honestly, everything. The spirit of the game is something, I played a lot of sports in my youth, but something that I haven't found in a lot of other things, and respect for your teammates, yourself, your opponents, and the community that supports this new growing sport is really, I already said it, but like supporting. So it's really been great to play this sport and have the support of everyone who plays it, even if I don't know them.
Absolutely, and we saw the support that you gave your team. Incredible throws, incredible plays all day. Thank you to everyone who tuned in for both games today. We've got another doubleheader coming at you tomorrow. Stay tuned, 5:30 and 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you to everyone today.